Hi and welcome. When we paint in watercolor, one of our challenges is to create drawing that is not necessarily visible after we've layered in transparent paints. This can sometimes be a bit of a challenge, and the choice of tool that you make at the onset of your work can really make a bit of a difference. There are lots of tools that solve this problem really nicely, so in this video we're going to take a look at 4. I wanted to touch base with 4 ways that I like to do underdrawings. The first of these is hard graphite, so 2H and harder. I use a kneaded eraser to roll over my drawing and just remove excess graphite from the paper, so there's just enough for me to go by. Cull Erase pencils are erasable colored pencils by Prismacolor. They not only erase, but they draw very lightly. And they do erase pretty well, just don't use those pink erasers at the top of the pencil. Use kneaded eraser, use mono, use anything else, and you're good. Next, I'm going to use one of my normal sort of default ways of doing this, which is a light neutral color of water-soluble colored pencil. So this is going to integrate into my work, and I'm using a Caran d'Ache Supracolor in a light neutral. I think it's called like beige or something on that order. Last, I wanted to try the newish light gray Micron as a way to do underdrawing, and I'm kind of excited and curious about this possibility. I hadn't tested this until this video, so in theory, these light gray lines should disappear pretty well into watercolor, but I have to be honest, at this point in the process, I don't expect them to really disappear very much. I expect them to still show up. And I just went about creating some little autumn leaf motifs over my underdrawings just to see how things interact, see how it plays out. As expected, my graphite really disappears pretty quickly, and that's a great option for us. Cull Erase is, I would say, even one better because you can really control and fine-tune what color your line is going to be. And I don't think that all of these colors are light fast, so as long as you're comfortable really not relying on that line showing up in your work, then this is a great way to deal with this because your line work will potentially literally disappear and you can really just make it about your paint. I was surprised by just how much my neutral color line work hung around and didn't really fully blend into my work. I didn't make great strides towards making that happen. And this gives this kind of a nice illustrative style that does include the lines. So I thought that was interesting that this actually allows those lines to hang around as much as it does. It's still a great option and one that I think I'll continue using. What really surprised me was just how much my light gray Micron lines just disappeared. Even drawing kind of a copper beech leaf that has a very contrasting color to it, that gray line just really goes away, but little hints and whispers of it are still just visible. And the fact that this really will not budge and will just stay as is under the application of wet media, and the fact that it's archival, there's a lot to like about the Micron possibility. I decided to kind of build on things a little bit, hang some color value differences off of the scaffolding provided by my little doodled line work. None of these are realistic or complicated. This is just kind of a test, but I'm pleased with how it came out, and I think these are cute and fun. So I would say that all 4 of these options are really, really good if you are working with watercolor, you want to have a sketch and a plan and stay responsible to the plan, not find yourself and your values and your shapes and your edges kind of wandering off track. If you want to be a bit more precise and a bit more wet on dry with your painting, and underdrawing really makes a huge difference. And even if you paint very loose, there might be parts of your painting that you really want to be in focus, and having that underdrawing, which will still be visible as you start with a wet and wet background, having line work that you can hang on to through that process, but still will disappear into your final product, that can be really, really helpful. And I think that any of these methods can give a satisfying result, and I think 3 of them really just disappear altogether. So that was really a pleasant investigation and a pleasant surprise to see that the method that I thought would be the most visible at the end is actually not. And one of the methods that I had assumed would really disappear the most has actually disappeared the least and left me with an effortless, loose, fun kind of unobtrusive but still visible line at the very end. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you found something here useful and inspiring for your art. If you like this kind of thing, consider subscribing to the channel and you'll be among the first to know when new content comes out. You can also check out my website, dinadraws.com. Until next time, stay safe and happy creating.